I just need a moment, please. Just a moment. The older man was barely able to utter the words out in between groans from the pain. Thank you for joining me on the next episode of Writing with Me. If you missed the last episode, make sure you check out the link in the bio to see the amazing story that we wrote. To kick this session off, let's go ahead and pick our next prompt. Again, you can choose something specific out of our book, or you can choose something random like we are going to today. For today's random prompt, we're just going to take our book and we're going to turn to a random page. Today's prompt says, in a society where aging has been cured, one citizen aging naturally is seen as an anomaly and must navigate a world where youth is eternal. I've always loved prompts where the sci-fi aspect of something so simple as aging, which we all know is occurring constantly, and to think that one day it could be cured and what is normal today could be abnormal tomorrow. I think I got some good ideas for this one, so I already have the timer set up. We'll go ahead and start writing, and you can follow along. I'm going to let the next 15 minutes play out. If you are more interested to see what the story ends up being, then feel free to skip ahead at this part. Let's get started. Sometimes I like to start off with a title just to get me going here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the sentence real quick. All right, well, the 15 minutes are up. I hope you took a little bit of time to write for yourself. There's something so fulfilling about just being able to lose yourself in the story that you're creating, and it slowly starts to reveal itself more and more. I did have a little bit of trouble on this one getting started. I didn't really know where I was going with it, especially because we're limited to 15 minutes. I'm trying to stay within one scene. The challenge is also what I really enjoy about it. So I'll go ahead and read what I wrote, and you can be the judge if it was 15 minutes worthy. Here we go. Blaring horns deafened the small crowd gathered in the crosswalk. The gathering was in assistance of a fallen man. He appeared older, deep wrinkles, gray hair. His slow movements to regain his footing showed a weakened state of being. Are you alright, man? He basically stepped right out in front of the car. When's the last update you had? You look terrible. A male bystander was quick to interrogate. I just need a moment, please. Just a moment. The older man was barely able to utter the words out in between groans from the pain. A woman's voice shouted from somewhere in the crowd, Hey, ask that old kid. one whose parents didn't give any updates to. It's the freak. The crowd murmured in agreement. The old man was finally standing, and someone handed him his cane so he could hurry away as fast as possible before the reporters showed up. Because although he looked the oldest, the truth was he was the youngest in the crowd. They shouted small insults to the man, letting him know he did not belong around them. He made his way down the block, away from the bustling streets, turned the corner and entered a large apartment building. As soon as he entered the building, the walls came to life. What appeared to be brick transformed into the large digital screens that they actually were, and started to play ads. All the walls showed something different. Typically, they would have been targeted, reading the chip planted in every citizen's neural brain stems. But of course, the man didn't have any chips to be read. He yelled out, "Skip," and the screens dimmed and returned to their brick state. The man resumed his walk through the building to the end of the hall where the elevator was waiting already open, anticipating his arrival. He stepped in. There were no buttons, only a scanner. He neared his face to it and allowed the facial recognition to identify his place of residence. The elevator took off quickly. His face always scanned quickly. The metallic doors opened and he stepped out into the hallway, to the room number marked 44. He stood there, waiting, wondering if he was making the right choice. His contemplation was cut short as the door opened. A very young-looking man with a small pair of round glasses hanging from his neck greeted him harshly. "How on earth are you late to a house visit, Vincent? I knew you were aging rapidly, but I didn't know you were senile." The man smiled, his old mentor always sharp with his words. "Sorry, Michael. I ran into some traffic on the way." This time it was Michael who was smiling. "You ran into some traffic? Or did some traffic run into you again?" The men laughed together for a moment. "Well, get in here, old friend. I have the operation table ready. Now, like I said, I cannot guarantee anything, but I believe we can reverse your aging, although there is great risk involved." Vincent raised his hand to stop his friend. "I know. Let's not waste our time and get started immediately." I figured that in a world where there was a guy who was aging faster than everybody else, the story would revolve somewhat around the fact that he was potentially going to die soon and he would want to reverse that. So I think that is the angle that I would look at the story. I was a little lost at first and it felt like I was grasping at straws, but that's the idea, is to take that pressure off of yourself and be able to just write creatively and allow your imagination to go off on its own. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the story. Again, it'll be up on the website, which I will link down below. You can also find the book on our website. I'll try and throw in some bonus content and stories as well. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I enjoyed writing it, and I especially hope to see you again. Thanks for watching.